The opera house is mainly rebuilt after
but the
World
rest
War II,
is
but the
a
facade
reconstruction from the 1950s. It was
remained
reopened
in
towards the Vienna
1955.
woods.
It's a huge, big
Often the
market.
temporary things
Yeah,
then
it's
turn
closed
into
on
something
Sunday,
permanent.
but the restaurants
And
are
it's still here.
open. But
On the
that's
left-hand
all.
side is the Nash Market. That's the oldest active market that we have in the city. I like the name Nash Market, which is like nibbling market, snacking between the regular meals. Beneath the Nash Market flows the Vienna River, the Wien River, which you cannot see, but you will be seeing that in a couple of minutes. It starts with a little steeper ones, and then they get shallower and shallower the higher up you get. So it's less strenuous to walk upstairs. And then it's all flowing into the Danube. And it was
the
a
Vienna
big,
woods.
this was
built
wild
at the end of the
countryside close to the
16th
Vienna woods.
century.
And it was a hunting reserve of the Habsburgs. Large boars, wild boars. Schönbrunn was built certainly in competition to Versailles. So how do they compare? Versailles, the French summer, is bigger. It has 2,300 rooms. Schönbrunn has 1,443 furniture. We are lucky enough to have still the original ones. We will even see in some of the rooms the original wooden parquet floors of the 1700s, so that's quite special. And Schönbrunn was built 27 years after Versailles. It was built only after the Ottomans were defeated, the Turks as we call them, and after the second siege in 1683. Lots of new palaces, new churches were built, and also Schonbrunn Palace, 1600s. Schönbrunn, what does that mean? It means the beautiful spring. This refers to a natural water spring in the gardens, which was discovered by coincidence by an emperor on a hunt. Standing inside the oak cages, and the animals have large areas all around.
Oldest zoo in the world.
And they keep
it's on the grounds.
The
main
to get to the gardens is usually
Palace.
people have to do. They will open the doors directly.
For dinner, we're not the formal dining room for Maria Teresa and her family, but it'll do in a pinch. The floor is all wood. The horses would come in here and drop off their passengers, and if it was stone or tile, it'd be way too noisy. This is Hercules slaying a lion. The hollow cast bronze sculpture served as a hot air stove, and hot air came out of the mouth of the lion. This is the guard's room. There's a heater. There's a uniform. There's another uniform. There's another uniform. There's another one. It's a billiards table.
Now, right in front of us, we have a painting. Lots of people, they're all standing. It's an official ceremony where you have to be standing in the presence of the ruler. And the reason why
French Joseph's office.
To ask for something, or they say they give something. And in the first hall where we were a moment ago, you will brief as to how we have to behave in the presence of the emperor.
Prince Joseph at 33 years of age, and there's his wife, Elizabeth, known as Sissy.
They would get married. And he
Got
said
up at
his
3 or
prayers,
4
he
in the
also
morning.
did some washing over there. Then he went to work. That his wife organized for him. His wife Elizabeth was a free spirit. She hated the strict court etiquette. He worked hard. She felt guilty. There she had her gym. She was a woman who worked out. She had rowing machines and pulling. She did lots of exercises on straw mats. Hatch and ditch, and this went on for hours. She was sat in a side saddle, and she really needed to work out, to train her body to be able to, sustain hours and hours of hard riding.
She weighed 110 pounds max. She exercised a lot.
Can you imagine the waistline he had when he was born? Which is not true. her living room. This is where she received her private guests. This was, by the way, recreated not too long ago because they had found photographs of a silver wedding.
She was 42 in this picture.
She was very
This is
skinny.
a nice dining room. Table.
Set in a certain way, according to etiquette. You have all the cutlery to the right of the plate and upside down. Because on the back of the cutlery, you have engraved the emblem of the husbands, the depth down here. Then to the left of the plate, you always had a salt bowl. Every individual guest had their own salt bowl. Then you can see the napkin, it's folded in a certain way. We don't know who was like the mother, very strong-willed. She married the King of Naples, who was an infantile, uncouth, ugly boor. With everything, Maria Theresa was superstitious. Marie Christine was born on the same day as Maria Theresa, and so she was the only girl who could choose her husband. We have another rotten brat. Maria Theresa called her a rotten brat. The Duke of Parma, and this man was a bigoted deadhead. All he did was pray and drink. He would make his own rosaries with kernels, maize kernels.
This is a yellow living room.
And they look very lively.
Servants' children.
Now look at them briefly, because in the next particular case with royal children is everything that made them a royal child, like the jewelry, the crowns, the outfit, and they might die anyway. So the likeliness was not really important. You see, this was not important. Here you can see Maria Theresa when she is 13.
Started at age 6 and his sister at 10 performed here. It's the ballroom. Whoa. This is a Chinese room. Second Chinese room. Look at the floor. Maria Theresa's on the throne.
And all around we have people standing, and I mentioned already, you have to be standing in the middle of this person. Right on the balcony, you see a few seated ladies. Why? Maria Theresa was very practical. They were pregnant, they're said girls, you know. I feel for you, sit down. Happening there, you can see ladies seated on horseback and girls manning these little carriages. This is the opening ceremony, and then Maria Theresa had life-size ceramic statues of people put out, and the girls competed against each other. They had to shoot off their heads. That was something special.
Maria Theresa's son's wedding.
And here we have the arrival of the bride. You see in the foreground is bigger silver blue carriage. The bride is seated on the right, and all the other carriages belong to noble families who accompanied the bride when she officially entered Vienna.
It's the wedding luncheon.
The newlyweds seated, and all the others came to watch. You didn't eat or drink, you watched them eat. For lunchtime, and look at the waiters, they're dressed in black. They were the bosses of the top noble family who performed their ceremonious offices as cupbearers and stewards.
This is the opera after the wedding. Mozart wasn't there, but they painted him in. Maria Theresa's audience room.
On the wall, it's a very expensive and rare type of rosewood, imported from Central America. And so are the illustrations, very expensive. They were made in India at the Mughal court. On the way out, look at the illustration here on the left. You see they're dressed like the Indians. And the Habsburg family or their ambassadors bought these illustrations when they were already an antiquity, very expensive, and then they inserted them into these strangely shaped rococo frames.